Randy! What's up? Why is my bitrate so low? And this, yay, it worked. Awesome. My bitrate is pathetically low right now. Oh, shit. Can I move it to 4? I was having problems yesterday with after updating. I don't know if that's gonna fix it. Anyways. You're in San Diego with Right for the Baby. Nice. Nice. How's the baby? How's my Happy New Year? By the way. Final Fantasy. There you go. Is there anything fancy in game for New Year? Okay, I think there's something wrong with my keyframes. What? Anyways. You know what? I think I'm getting sick. Which fucking sucks. I can feel it in my voice. I think I know who to blame. One of my coworkers has been like hacking up a lung. Trying to think if I have anything I can like take. Do I have Zycam? I don't have some Zycam. Alright, while I eat this. How you doing? Alphano, what does Alphano want? Oh yeah, I think we're starting to think Urianger's a spy. I don't think I haven't. Yeah. 3 days ago probably would have been Saturday when I was like at the mall. Alright. What in the world has gotten into her? That's twice now we have sought Urianger's aid, and twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. The Archon was one of Grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time at the Levier estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the three of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though, little Alamigo awaits. Yeah, because he's spying on us. Urianger's a bad guy. Alright. I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me. It has been a long day. Did you have something to say? Hey, you're the one who wanted to talk to me. Andrew. Oh, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head. Now more than ever. Listen, Lyra. If anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I am prepared to do what must be done. She's going to kill him. Right, then. To more pressing matters. Since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. Let us pray that someone will be willing to speak with us about the resistance. So to review, we have reliably informed that members of the Alamegan resistance operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals, our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here would be wholly unaware of the resistance movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who we are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It would seem sensible to divide our forces there. Why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Alice and I will do the same in the west, and afterwards we can rendezvous here to share our findings. Alright. Oop, I went the long way, what? Yeah, keep doing some push-ups there. Let me guess. You come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer the Griffin's call. Well, he's lit a fire in every Alamegan's heart. He's also inspired more than a few Uldans to pledge themselves to the cause. And little wonder, the Garleans won't stop until we're all under the yoke. I see you there, going around asking questions, looking for the Griffin and his lot, I'll bet. Seems like the talk of little Alamigo these days. Folks wondering what he's about, what he's got in store for the Garleans, and what's under that mask of his, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that they'd send a bloody legion if they knew he was here. Your guess is as good as mine. Alright, there should be a third, yeah. It's all there, right? Where's the third? Tailbot. Seafred. Must be up. Eh? The resistance? Damned if I know. It's not as if I'd be of any use to them. If you set store by all these tales of secret weapons, good luck to you. But I'm too old for the mask's bedtime stories. This is our lot, and it's time we've got used to it. Well, that was easier than expected. There's not a soul here who isn't eager to talk about our masked friends. I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I know already. This Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Masks. Yet despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them, only that they are the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamegan liberation is unrivaled, but we can hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group which received the crystal shipments, we yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions. I may help enlist his help while I'm at it. Given that you and Gundabald are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took lead. Shall we? Whatever. To hear people speak of him, the Griffin sounds like a man in his middle years, but if that's the case, just what has he been playing at for the past 2 decades? If he's so devoted to the cause, why has he waited until now to do something about it? Unless, of course, he hasn't. Naught would please me more than to be wrong about all this. It pleases me much to see you again, Lyra. I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear in yours have been asking questions. The Griffin? I know of him, as we all do. He and his mass have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion at first given his secret ways, he proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished, but I have not forgotten Wilred. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the sunken temple of Kron. Go and see him with your own eyes. Weigh his words with your own heart. All right. How convenient, but a pity Thancred is not here to join us. You two go on ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him. Whatever could be keeping him, if he's taken the scenic route, leaving us to do all the hard work, I shall turn him to a peace in my mind. Men who can inspire such fervor in their followers are destined to shape the world. In what manner, however, it is not always clear, until it is too late. The young ones were led astray once. Help us ensure this never happens again, for their sake and for Wilred's. Yes, it does tend to happen. Okay, okay. Okay, sunken temple. Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within. Cutscene.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire. In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out. rebuilding the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery.
Wow.
The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
You actually like this pretty grounded storyline? He's just acting like... He's just riling up political othering. That guy has no nipples.
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
Thancred?
What are you two doing here?
How come they have no eye colors?
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, this is quite the surprise.
We found them by accident.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
For it is not strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength of heart.
His voice changed too, didn't it? Have we heard his new voice? I don't remember. Of all places to meet, it has to be fate. Mayhap it is my imagination, but you seem rather more rugged and world-weary than we last spoke. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you. Thought it was pretty obvious you and Lyra would be fine. The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believe that, forgive me, what exactly have you been doing all this time? Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. When we learned of the Science exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Raban had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact. But having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it. Nope. To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the Masts were happy to let the refugees spread word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? Curious. It is well known that we are no friends to Garland. One would think that the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. I should say the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. 'Twould not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. What? It's not as if I'm completely making all of you wear one, and mine only covers half of my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the, to get a better sense of the man. For all the good it did. And now you have heard the whole of it, but tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? I'm here by choice of plot. Summoning? Oh, you're not serious. I can't believe it. The Resistance would never entertain such a ridiculous plan. But the Griffin, well, the man's an enigma. I cannot say with confidence that he would or would not do what he would or not. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The Masts have made many such claims of late. I confess, I'd assumed it to be mere bluster, but in the context of the shipments of which he spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together, and if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed. That is, assuming you'll have us? I mean, yeah, sure. In retrospect, their tale is not so surprising. We had reason to believe they had escaped with the aid of the Alamegan refugees, after all. Still, Tataru would be delighted to hear we've been reunited, once we've attended to matters here, of course. Do you honestly think he's planning to liberate Alamega with the help of a primal? I mean, could he really be that stupid? Yes. Cordon bleu. Spaghetti pescatore. Apple sound tasty. If, as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation while there is still yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I shall not be surprised if he were one of the Griffin's closest associates. And while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us about the mask's plan in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he is wary of outsiders. He will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alphina would pose as adventurers fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble cause. But I thought everyone knew who I was. Ida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements and testify as to your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in the ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. You will need to look past the part we might maintain the charade, until we have him cornered at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Tailbot, and have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions? All seems simple enough. Thank you. And with that, Lara, let us be off. Tailbot has an assortment of affordable clothing which he sells to the refugees. The sum of that sack should more than suffice. But if it and my name are not enough to secure his cooperation, pay him double. I shall see that you are recompensed. Our identities will be revealed, but it can't be helped. We don't have time for a clever approach. Okay. These have target thingies on them. Am I supposed to kill them? Alright, I got a hunting log. You don't look... Well, don't look at me. You're the one with the sack of gil. You do have the sack of gil, don't you? Hey, you want to buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it. Well, you're the ones with the gil, and seeing as you're friends at Papalymo. There. Tunic and slops for the both of you. Tailored and treated to your tastes. Now, off with you before someone sees us together. Okay. Clothes maketh the man, as they say. Right, then. I will go and change and see you at the spot Papalymo marked on our maps. Alright. He's going to change. I don't have to? Maybe? Why are you not wearing the clothes Talbot gave you? They could be here at any moment. If by some curious and explicable train of fate you misled them, go back to him and request yet another set. And for the love of 12, do it quickly. Okay. Well, look at us. A pair of down-at-heel adventurers seeking a chance to recapture past glories. Yes, this should suffice. And now we play the waiting game.
My thanks, comrades.
Comrade!
You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal.
Alpha, no, fuck off.
Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
Alpha, no. Now, are we supposed to be confronting?
The Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
How is that any different?
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the Resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes. It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god.
Wasn't
Search our
Ifrit the
camp
first
if you
one?
don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light?
See, I told you this wouldn't help. I mean, like, everyone knows who we are.
Aye, I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave woman can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago.
I don't remember that.
On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
Oh.
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
That's a good point. You always make decisions when you have all the facts. Trying to find my other thing that's Zeit now. It's expired. One sec. Okay, I need to do... Ah, alright. I can definitely feel myself getting sick. And it happened over like the last hour, I want to say. And that really sucks because I have surgery in like 6 weeks. Less. 5 weeks. I just can't afford to get sick. Alright. Okay, can I put my clothes back on? Quaramel, he said, do you remember? Forgive me, you cannot be expected to call every name and face, and besides, it's not if it matters. I have long admired how you live in the present, how you focus on the problems at hand, and always keep moving forward. So let us keep moving forward together, Lyra. We must find and secure those crystals. There is no time for looking back. I don't remember. At all. It's a long time ago. If we take the Griffin's double at its word, then the crystals are now somewhere within Zaharak, ready to be put to use by the Amalja. Amalja? We must first apprise Alice of what we have learned. I will join you both in Little Alamigo after I have changed. Nope. Ah, Thancred's finally here. Kept you waiting, eh? My apologies. Ah, that's much better. Subterfuge was never my strong suit. You're prepared for the battle then? I guess. They just like reusing stuff, right? Now that Thancred has finally arrived, I hope you could share your latest findings. You mean to tell me this whole time we were worrying ourselves sick, Ida and Papa Limo were here all along? Well, Istola will be relieved, and also angry. Mainly angry, I would think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the Amalja. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon Ifrit even as we speak. We must make for Zaharak without delay. Agreed. If there is naught else to discuss, let us depart at once. And so they go forth, in accordance with the Griffin's plan. Oh, so he is the warrior of darkness. The players gather to assume the marks on the stage wreathed in flame. Ere long, the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am author, gods forgive me, shall at last be performed. Naught else remaineth, save to stand at the ready and pray that the chance is seized, for never shall we know its like again. All seems calm here. Is it possible that we've been deceived? You'd think there'd be more obvious signs that something was afoot, but if anything, the place seems quieter than I remember it. I have a bad feeling about this. I confess, I expected a warmer greeting, but we must not jump to conclusions. Not until we have braved the bowl of embers. We must be ready to engage the enemy at any moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray do so now. I shall await your signal. Okay. We have plenty of time.
This isn't right. The Amalja would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Not willingly, no.
The saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
By the 12, will you never learn?
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the warrior of light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos. One life for one world. A fair exchange. Wouldn't you agree?
Wait, this was a trap for me?
Lest you forget, you've more than one
That's
opponent.
new.
Carbuncles, defend me!
Oh, I bit it. Okay.
I sense you will offer more than mere target practice, unlike your sister.
Alize!
Is she okay?
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was.
Is she a mage now?
My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere.
It takes far too much time. Someone can easily beat you up while you summon.
If you would dare to stand against us, to destroy all that we hold dear, then you shall die by my sword.
And you took an arrow to the butt earlier? Whatever.
Let's finish this.
Oh, this is okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, they have like that thingy between them. Okay, how come he's not taking any damage? We have to kill this guy. Oh, there really isn't. Wait, another one?
No more games.
It ends now.
Now. What?
The chains!
You snake! You would betray us as well?
He
What?
that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This
I'm
I
so
believe
confused.
with all my heart. But say,
Whose
warrior
side is
of
he on?
darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Oriange!
What? What?
Mine apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
What?
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us. I expect a full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
I thought he was a bad guy.
My lady.
Why did his voice change and why does he have a sexy beard?
By thy leave.
Even odds then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop!
Understood.
Hearken to me. We only have one chance. Channel your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I know his voice changed, but it seems like it changed from, like, when we talked to him last week.
I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat them.
No, he's not dead. He's just knocked out. Oh, right. What? Do I have to, like, literally give it to her? I went to Alice. Oh, there we go. I have to do it again? I feel it welling up in me, okay. I don't understand this fight. Channel into the blade again? My God, leave me alone. It didn't give me a chance to channel.
Tis done. With this blade, I banish the darkness.
No. Not like this.
Gotta go feed baby? Okay.
Alize, are you hurt?
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine. Thank you.
And there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
We are far from finished. Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
Crystals? You mean, like the Ascians?
Just so. As the Ascians flee unto the rift twixt plains with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Eloquent, as always. Like the Ascians, we too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
Yes, we can.
Wait! Such methods as the Ascians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
He had to murder someone?
Long last, you see. To save our world, we gave our lives.
Killed themselves.
We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders, and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence. We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We cannot, we will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
I've died before, Arbet. I'm not afraid to die again.
No matter how many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
Wait, they're bad guys. Why are we, like, being sad for them?
To have known the depth of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master
This is a common theme in this game.
guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle.
In the words of Dr. Doomenschmerft, he's a bad guy. He's bad guy. He's not a bad guy. Okay. I will see in time. All right.
Quickly! Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
Are we gonna stop them? I'm gonna wreck it, yeah. Heidelin, save us.
What is this place?
Such pain. Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
Minphilia.
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From two worlds do we gather, and from two worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the Mother, with your chosen Minphilia.
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed.
Yeah, well, I only hesitated evil because there's a greater evil behind the curtains.
Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save.
Final Fantasy has...
I can yet save.
We're bad guys because something tragic happened to us, so we'll make you see our causes just. Does it always have justification? Oh, she better have clothing.
Minphilia.
Blessed children of the first, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it, as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
As the Ascians must serve as instruments of Zodiark's will, so too must others carry out the will of Heidelin. But for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light.
Did he just try to attack a god?
Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Hydaelyn had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength longsword. And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes, in whom I glimpsed ourselves, the first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark. Yet I knew from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away!
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
You would go alone then?
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Right, so how did she get stronger just from having the warriors of darkness?
I watched you from Hydaelyn's side. Watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn. The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tupsimati. I pray you, keep to the path that you may never have need of it.
Twould seem the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
Why are the other ones silent? Not pay voice actors enough?
Hear me, servants of Hydaelyn. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home.
Probably not. They act very much like extras
We
who
were blind to
can't
the
talk.
truth
Just be
once,
like,
so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them. We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
It is a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph. Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor.
I still think that is so weird. Oh, we have to tell her mother.
Thank you, Lemmy, for everything.
Or she could tell us for her. Is she going to turn against us now? We still have to do this Alamigo thing. Okay, where am I? Okay, there we go. Yeah. Though she did not, the things did not unfold as perhaps I meant to say. I truly believe that she, forgive me, I should not have spoken. It is not my place. Speak thy mind. I do not expect thy forgiveness. Right. 'Twould seem that we are in southern Thanalan again. Menphelia is doing, no doubt. May the 12 speed her on her way, and the warriors of darkness too. I cannot help but wonder what awaits those wayward souls. If they gave their lives in order to travel to the source, then, in returning to the first, would they not be dead? Yeah, but mayhap that was their wish. I need to spend more gil again soon. Moonbrea. Forgive me, my thoughts were elsewhere, and I know this when I full well there is no yet, and this when I know full well there is yet work to be done. The crystals. Leave them to me. I will go back into Zaharak and secure them. The Amlaja will still be in disarray after thrashing the warriors of darkness gave them. They are not like to notice a lone bard sulking about. But thank you. I don't have to do this, I know, but I want to. I will see you at the Rising Stones. I should go and find Ida and Papalema. They must have finished searching the masked camp by now. Not that it matters anymore. You must be tired, Lyra. I know I am. If thou will permit me, my lady, I would ask a question. When didst thou become aware of mine independent pursuits? When I saw you meeting with that warrior of darkness and the Ascian in white at the Great Library. I try not to think the worst. You've never been one to confide in others, so I knew everything. I knew even were your intentions pure, you would not share your plans with us until you found the time is right. I can talk. But I cannot deny that a part of me feared you had simply betrayed us. Would that there had been another way. Know that I took no pleasure in deceiving thee, and that these sins will forever weigh heavy on my heart. I understand why you did what you did, that you but sought to achieve the greatest good while inflicting the least harm. Not many would have the courage to make that choice. But even knowing what came of your actions, I find that I cannot condone them. I'm sorry. Lara, forgive me, but I believe the events of the day have taken their toll on me. I should like to rest for a while. If thou wilt grant me leave, I would gladly escort thee into a refuge of thine own choosing. Once my lady have regained her strength, we shall join thee at the Rising Stones. Until then, warrior of light. Okay, I'm like, where am I? Oh, I went past it. Sorry, I'm back. Talking smack with someone on the side. Ah, there you are. We finished our search, in case you were wondering. I have yet to tell them what happened in Zaharag. I thought it best to do so together. Well met, Lyra. Alphino said you would be joining us. It would seem the Griffin's double was telling the truth, insofar as we found nothing resembling a sizable cache of crystals in the mass camp. Did you perchance find one in Zaharok? No. Actually. I don't believe it. The crystals, Minphilia, all of it. It's just... I don't know what it is. I sympathize, Ida. Even now, I struggle to comprehend that which I saw. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that I feel blessed to have been granted a final chance to speak with her. 'Twas bittersweet, but also affirming. Alphino, I believe it is past time Ida and I rejoin the Scions. We have been away far too long. Though I am loath to leave the Griffin to his own devices, I feel our investigation would benefit from your more dispassionate perspective, and I would hope that we might, in turn, offer our own opinions on the many challenges that you have faced in our absence. Gods, it's been absolutely ages, hasn't it? I can't wait to hear about everyone's adventures. You should be glad to recount them, and Tatara's tales may well surprise you. Ida, Ralgr be praised. It is you. Ida, alive and standing here before me, in the flesh. I can hardly believe my eyes. Oh, come now. Has it really been so long you don't remember me? It's Gundobald. I fought beside your father in the Revolution. Do not think less of her, friends. It's been 20 years since the occupation sent us our separate ways, but the resistance were always welcome in Little Alamega. They gave us hope, and young Ida most of all. Ida here was always full of fire, even the first to volunteer for a mission, until the day she up and vanished, that is. There were rumors, and we feared the worst, but here you are, alive and well. and looking nary a day older. Well, what can I say? I'm sorry for running off like that and making you all worry. It's a long story, you see. I got involved with my friends here, the Scions. Oh, sorry. Back then we were still the Circle of Knowing back then, right? Anyway, I wanted to come back and tell you, but it was all very secretive stuff at the time, and you can see I'm completely fine. I know we got a lot to talk about, and we will, but right now I've got to hurry back to our headquarters. My friends are expecting me. Pray forgive her. It has been a very long day for all of us. I promise we will visit again at the first opportunity. Let us return to the Rising Stones. Hell take me for giving you that mask. Okay. Rising Stones. Pray return. We can't buy more of those. That's so stupid. Right? Did we not go to the right place? Oh. Oops. My bad. I can't forget which one's which. The yellow text opens in the quest like, yeah. Yeah. I just, like, kind of hoped. You needn't say a word, Lyra. I know. Wherever she wanders, no matter how far, she will always be with us. Well, at least that saves us the problem. Welcome home, Lyra. I trust your journey was uneventful. You will be pleased to hear that Thancred has secured the crystals. He sent word a short while ago. Once he has delivered them safely into the Temple Knight's care, he will rejoin us here, and we can declare this matter officially resolved. While awaiting your arrival, I took the opportunity to contact Ishtola and Krylie and brief them on all that has occurred. I also requested that they return to the Rising Stones at their earliest convenience. Now that our lost friends have been found, it would seem meet to discuss the future.
Back in the Solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Moonbraider.
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Though not all who were lost could be gathered here today, we may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
While I am grateful to our friends in the north for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
But, as Papalima rightly said, much has changed since we last stood here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were, nor should we be. Our travels in the north brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts. And I hope that the Scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation, I believe the paths we follow to achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by any single ideal.
Companions bound by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit. Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask. I should be glad of your continued assistance.
Well, my main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found. Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake. That is, if there are no objections.
You will always be welcome here, Kryl.
Urianger, can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Ascians as before?
Let's all stare at him.
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust.
Wait, he has he has gray beard here, and he had like not gray in the other thing, and he wasn't wearing glasses and other stuff. What the heck? Everyone loves Kryl. Yeah, she seems cool.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. It would be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to us, that we might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the Resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
Starting to pass out, so you're gonna say goodnight. Have fun. Alright. Have a good night, Jaeger. I'll see you next time. Bye. It's gonna be a while, by the way. I'm out and I'm on travel next week and on PTO the week after. So it's gonna be like a 2-week hiatus. But have a good one.
And what will you do, Alize?
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities. That being said, this new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable, and we've always got her to keep us from bickering. But I will suffer no titles. I am not here for House Leveilleur, nor to walk in Grandfather's shadow.
Upon that point, we see eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
Comrade!
Well then, Alfie, I for my part shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
What the fuck? Sorry. DCA is on ground stop. That's Reagan International Airport in DC, near DC. Flight has crashed into the Potomac. 2 planes collided. One was a helicopter. Downplaned is a regional jet. I actually really like Reagan International. It's a fun airport to fly in and out of, but it is kind of dangerous. But it's the first crash in a long time. Anyways, Alfie and I saw my part to the paperwork finances with her characteristics aplomb.
I would not have it any other way, Tataru. And we mustn't forget you. What now for the Warrior of Light?
What would happen if I just was like, I think I'm gonna go take a nap? If the road goes ever on, to strive for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. A new adventure, what else? We'll say the road goes ever on.
Indeed.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving. But a new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver it.
Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up. Sorry. I have a friend who's an air traffic controller. Anyways, hi, bad news. It's official then, gods. I hope I don't regret this. What? Leave it to me, Lara. I'm sure she's properly introduced everyone. Oh, Alice is joining us, I suppose. I suppose I should not be surprised. With everyone standing in a circle, delivering grand proclamations about their future endeavors, she naturally felt obliged to make one of her own. Maybe argued that the great centering of the source was an aberration, and the existence of the 10 and 3 reflections an offense to natural order. That most assuredly it is the Asians' belief. 'Twas in the hope of opening mine eyes to said revelation that they first came unto me. Imagine it's sufficient to secure mine allegiance. Nor would they have been mistaken were my heart a temple to the truth alone, but a devoted follower of Master Louiso's teaching, and for the love I bear him and his, I hearken not to their words. I assert Amaric's assurances that the Temple Knights will henceforth keep a close eye on the Ashgardian crystal trade. Oh, and he extends his deepest apologies for your dinner having been cut short. Courteous fellow, isn't he? You would never guess that he was a politician. Where were we? Ida. Same as it was. Should seem that I'm a scion then. Some derive comfort from such titles, but I cannot say I feel any different from before. Well, it may have a twinge of pride. As agreed, we shall spend the coming moons conducting our own independent research. Should you have need of our services, however, you are, of course, welcome to seek us out. Fralaha. Okay, that's the same. Look at them, Lara. The signs of the 7th dawn. Look how far we've come. The people we've met, the moments we've shared, the losses we've suffered, the tragedies we've overcome. All of it has made who we are today. Where we go from here and what the future holds, only the 12 know. But I know we will find out together. And we need to spend gold soon. Wait! No, I was trying to... I wanted to use my wind-up Moonbrea toy.
One world's heroes are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life...
This is patch 3.5? Okay.
My friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me.
No. Why would we do that? I was given it.
Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoix's disciple, I would keep it close at hand.
Home stretch for Stormblood? I have no idea what that means. No. No.
Thank you. I shall guard it well.
Why should we give it to him? It was entrusted to me. Me! It's like, why did we throw the dragon eye off a cliff? Why did we give the little thing a weapon? Like, these are bad decisions.
For every ending, every parting marks a new beginning.
Are they breaking up? Well done, brother. You may resume your normal duties and rejoin the others. The coming battle shall be our greatest yet, and I intend to stand with you all on that glorious day. True believers are so readily led. I have given them everything they desired, and for which they have prayed. All for which they have prayed. I doubt you can say the same for your pawns. Get you what you wanted, then? Was it all worth it in the end? There were some unexpected developments, but they were ultimately to our advantage. Be it host to a surfeit of light or dark, a world bereft of equilibrium is but a void in waiting, and a void is no use to my master. I shall follow her emissary with great interest. As for the pawns whom you so pity, they have delivered unto me a gift, which I do now present to you. It's the weapon, isn't it? That. See, I told you! Freaking dragon eyes! I told you! I told you! The eyes of Nidhogg. Many were the candidates considered, but your deeds, you have proven yourself the most deserving. A man of boundless rage and bottomless despair, in whose breast beats a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, for weal or for woe. What did I say? That was stupid. I guess a Koopa didn't eat it. So it was here all along. Oh, he looks like a fancy Garlean. Oh, just you wait, my pretty. You and I are going to have so much fun. Do you remember that guy? Nope. It was a long time ago. In that moment, she departed this realm for the first. I heard her speak to me. I know this to be true, just as I know that she will one day return to us. In this final moment, she was smiling, was she not? She was proud and hopeful and looking to the future. So will I too, Lyra. I will. Told her everything that happened. She needed to know, and I thought it would be best if it came from me. It's so strange to think back on the circumstances of our first meeting. We were all so young, so foolish, so powerless. Okay, we'll all head over there at the end. Yeah, it's probably over a year ago when I fought him in the Praetorium. Yeah. I'm really taking my sweet time, aren't I? I've been thinking, Lyra, when time allows, we should go and pay a visit to Gabu with Alice. Gabu? Though their time together was short, I know she felt a kingship with the young child. Gabu was the little one whose parents died, right? Oh, I guess I was so caught up in thinking about, well, everything that I dozed off for a moment. My word, Lyra, I must confess to some considerable amazement at the great trials and tribulations you and the others have recently overcame. I must again apologize for our prolonged absence and for the fact that we have yet to answer your many questions. As for Ida, well, all things in time, I suppose. There are times I was worried about how to brief Papalimo on the many momentous events which we have borne witness to in recent memory. Little did I know I only needed to leave Hore to it. The Boulder says, so Alphinaud knows all. We all know he's got his mind made up. The Crystal Braves are no more. It's all over. Bam! You haven't got to go home, but you can't stay here. But Raoul, he's not having it. Won't even let old Alfie finish. Yeah, Gabu's parents died. Nero was part of the Crystal Tower series. I thought we sealed him in. I mean, it is not as though I do not enjoy the company of so many motivated youths. However, without Ilsador around, I cannot help but feel somewhat isolated. You ever talked to the Aenor lady? Not yet. Oh, as if he wouldn't try and get rid of me the first opportunity. Don't you drag me into this mess. But I have a precocious sibling too, and I'm sure she'd be happy to. Ha ha ha, believe me, I know all too well the burden that is precocious sibling. We should trade tales over a drink sometime, or perhaps even the four of us. On PC, yeah, updates to go through them. That's why I like reading them all. At least in here. Someone on like one of my YouTube videos commented that a long time ago, and so like I kind of read them now because I never realized that they had like hopes and dreams of their own. It's a bit overwhelming, quite frankly, having spent so much time on the road, often by myself, yet I will try to approach this as a learning experience as I did my travels. Had I not kept an open mind after all, I doubt I would have been able to master the ethereal blade, nor would I have benefited from the rather pointed advice I received. There is no one path, as some are given to say, and there is wisdom in exploring every school of magic as there is exploration of all things. Alright, Tataru. Alara, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise. Okay. Alright, sorry. I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I say, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. Are you giving me a new outfit? Why are they looking at me like that? Right, everyone? Ready to work? No squirming out. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. There. All finished. The warrior of light's every measurement from heroic head to intrepid toe. My god, she's like Madame Tussauds. Do you know how long my fingernails are? What the heck? Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Lara. All in good time. Aha! Found you. Alphino wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it is about, but he seems to think it was very important. Go on, we have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. I'll probably take it through this. And then have to sign off. Like I said, I feel like I'm getting sick, so I want to go grab some cold medicine in case I wake up with a cold.
Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all?
Tataru!
Well, then the decision seems clear.
Tataru!
No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
That's a rather creepy smile from
That was
Kryl.
not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede she might struggle to balance her new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Kryl?
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her.
Kryl, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
I'm a healer too. Go.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before
Her
we
hair
can
is
move
cool.
about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that,
He needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I should depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emeric, and encourage him to send an envoy.
Envoy.
To Taru, Kryl, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
Does that mean that Papa Limo is a bad guy? Maybe? Okay. Well, I think this is a good place to end for the night. It's a little early, so yeah, it's going to be at least 3 weeks until the next stream, because next week I said I am off on PTO, not PTO, travel. Week after I'm off on PTO, I do not have a Windows laptop, so I don't think I can play the game. Yeah, good stopping point? Okay, cool. So like I said, I also need to go run to the store and get some, like, medicine in case I get sick, which would really suck. Let's see, also, do I have... I usually try and keep a stock of, like, real Sudafed somewhere. See if I can find it. Could get a laptop and we could level each other's jobs. I could. I have a laptop. It is a 6-year-old MacBook. So I'm basically going to use next week to catch up on school stuff. I'm trying to see if unfortunately, the pharmacies aren't open this late at night. So I'll have to stop, like, on my way home if I can't find, what do you call it? Real Sudafed. Oh, wait. Real Sudafed. Good. Still gonna go to the store. Like I said, I can feel myself getting sick. I think I know who to blame from the weekend. And, like, Happy New Year. Yeah, have a nice time off. We're out patches in, like, 4 weeks. Yeah, which is, like, right before I need to be off for medical. It'll be an interesting few weeks. So yeah, so I'm not, obviously, like, not writing at all, doing nothing. It'll be a nice little detox. So, I'll have lots of things to show off, hopefully. By the time we're done, I get back, maybe. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I think this is the first, like, proper vacation I've been on that wasn't some sort of, like, WoW or streaming related thing. Or, like, a holiday shutdown type thing. Since, like, right after COVID when I went to New Orleans, I think was the last time. So, should be fun. Anyways, I hope everyone has a fantastic night. I will see you all later. And have a fantastic night. And we'll be back on... Oh, hi! We'll be back on a Friday for some Mad Dungeons. And I will see you all later. Bye!